Hello, lovely learneds. Welcome back to A Life Learned. So, quite a bit has been changing in life in the last couple weeks, but I'm gonna keep it just to the biggest change. I'm absolutely terrified still. As some of you might remember, I have a condition called pharmacophobia, in which I am paranoid level scared of the side effects of serious pharmaceutical drugs. I've done a video about it. I will try to pop the suggestion up here for anyone who hasn't seen it. But with that, I have had exceptional difficulty treating my depression and my anxiety through working through my therapy and trying to work on my PTSD symptoms. Because although cannabis has been very helpful for a lot of different situations, the intensity of my anxiety has exceeded its ability to encompass all of the issues. And so I do still find cannabis rather helpful for calming down, reducing tension for my pain, and reducing the nausea that I experience sometimes when my anxiety is really, really bad. But general symptoms like my hyperhidrosis just are nonstop, as well as this sort of tension in my stomach, just between my rib cage, you know, where your stomach sits, that just progressively grows throughout the day. And if it gets to be allowed to go on long enough, it becomes absolutely unbearable. I can't eat, and the only thing that will relieve it is sleep, if I can get to sleep, because sometimes it's so bad that it doesn't let me sleep. And a lot of this I've been able to control because after a great fight, which I will put another video up to explain, I managed to get onto disability, as some of you also might know. And so like I haven't had the extreme pressure most people have of having to go outside every day to go to a job, or go do something where it forces me into public, into the high anxiety situations that put me in this mental state. And I have been improving a lot in this time, not as much as I'd like, because I'm still quite disabled, but I have managed to convince myself to seek more serious treatment about my anxiety, particularly because I've had enough encouragement over the last month or so, I don't know, just various different things have added up for me and made me realize I need to stop waiting for my life to happen. And by that I don't mean that I've been sitting around waiting for things to happen for me, so much as I have been working on my mental health and sort of waiting for things to stabilize more before I start moving forward with other things I want in life beyond my mental health improving. And after spending 5 years doing that, well, 3.5 of those years were just continually being mentally traumatized by the court case, but that aside, after at least a really good, solid year and a half of genuine healing, not being further traumatized by the court case, I realized that I don't want to do that anymore. I am not happy. I am dwindling with not having accomplishments in life and with not feeling like I'm moving forward. And some of my forward progression I was trying to maintain with this channel, and you guys have been immensely helpful in still making me, or helping me feel alive, despite how empty my life has been. But as we all know, YouTube's a bit in the gutter, and even though the channel's growing, it's still very much a full-time job, which I don't have the mental health for yet. And so my ability to really genuinely make it successful, and a career that I can sustain isn't so possible with the limitations of my disability. And there isn't exactly disability accommodations on YouTube, you know what I mean? In order, in the sense of being allowed to be just as successful as everyone else. And so I do the best I can, and the channel's not going anywhere. I'm going to continue on with you guys, but I have decided I'm going back to school. And so with that, I've decided I really need to take a more serious handle on my anxiety. That isn't just me regulating it by not going into situations that cause me anxiety. You know what I mean? And it's not that I've been completely avoidant of public or anything like that. I actually, sweating, I actually, go out regularly every Friday, and I'm out during the week all the time. It's just I have difficulty being out for extended periods of time still. And when you're in school, you're going to be in lecture around a whole bunch of people for a couple hours at least. I was trying to register, by the way, to pay my initial deposit for my tuition, and they make you sit in the registrar's office. They make everybody sit in this like group of chairs. And I didn't even have people directly on each side of me. Like, they were just like kind of around me. But there was a lot of people there compared to my experience before being in that office. And so after, the waiting times were awful, by the way. So after like 30 minutes, I don't know, between 20 and 30 minutes, I started having an anxiety attack where I started getting really hot, feeling really sick, feeling really tense and overwhelmed, and I had to go outside and start doing some breathing exercises in order to calm down, while also making sure to rush back in and make sure my number isn't called because I've been waiting so goddamn long. And so that was a really good example to me of like how school will go to me if I try to do it untreated. I'm just gonna crash, and I'm not looking to just like see how it goes and then I'll take meds if I need them. I know I need them. I've just been avoiding them because I'm really afraid. But I have a really good psychiatrist. My friend, by the way, suggested that I go to my psychiatrist to get it instead of my family doctor, because I don't know how it might be where you're from, but here in Ontario, you can get prescribed antidepressants or anti-anxiety meds from either or your not pharmacist, your family doctor or your psychiatrist. But he's, Nat is the friend I'm talking about, for those of you who have been around a long time. Nat gives me lots of advice, because he's been through a lot of stuff like this, and he was saying that a psychiatrist would have more experience on things that will work within my limits. So she talked to me for a while and explained to me that I'm going to be on a very, very light dose of the like lightest anti-anxiety med available. It's what's it called? I had it Googled. Lexapro is the common name. Oxalate. Pram? Escitalopram oxalate. I did it! Okay, yeah, that's what it is. That's the one I'm supposed to take daily. And then there's like another one that if I'm having really bad attacks or something like that, I can take clonazepam, which I'm sure you guys have heard of. It's a very common name. I'd heard of it. Scariest part was probably when I went to pick it up and the pharmacist is like, hey, can I have your ID? I was just like, sure, because he knows me, and like, it was weird. I've never had him ask my ID. He's like, yeah, it's a controlled substance. I was like, what? It's that serious of a medication? He's like, yeah. And I'm just like, okay. Okay, anxiety getting worse over taking anxiety meds. Great. Breathe. But the biggest thing that is, I'm terrified. I'm not gonna lie, I'm terrified, but I've really proven to myself time and time again that fear doesn't stop me from doing things that I want to do or I know I should do. So I'm terrified, but I'm gonna take the leap, because she reassured me that it's with minor medications like this, the side effects I can't English because I'm so anxious. Any side effects I might experience should immediately go away as soon as I stop taking it. So if I have bad experiences with it, I can just stop taking it, and the side effects should not stay with me. Apparently the only type of medications that side effects stick with you are more like antipsychotics and stuff like that. She did say that some of the side effects I'm really not okay with might be part of this medication, but she says that chances are very, very low. And again, I can stop taking it if it's that bad. And in the end, I just really want to get a handle on this, And I want to get through school so that my life can start to calm down, like genuinely calm down and move forward. And then I'm really hoping that once I really get into a more stable point, not just mentally, but like financially too, that's sort of why I'm going back to school, then I can get off of it, because everything else in my life will be stabilizing and I won't be made so anxious all the time, you know? It's hard to be poor. So yeah, that's the biggest change that's going on right now. I got the prescription yesterday. I'm going to try it for the first time tonight. Super scared. So if anybody's been through this, I totally empathize. If you have any experiences with these meds, please don't scare me. I don't want you to not share, but I am not in the position to hear people's horror stories right now. I have done a lot of research in the past about the medications that I was prescribed, and that's what really scared me away from taking them, was too much research and learning about horror stories. And I know that people with all different types of medications have bad experiences, so I don't want to make you feel illegitimate. If you did have a bad experience, do feel free to share that you did. I guess I want to ask not to tell me too much detail about it, because I need support to take them, not reasons not to take them, you know? And I'm not trying to say I want to be left uninformed, by any means. I just am very aware that there's always going to be a person who has a bad experience with a certain medication, and I need to stop letting that stop me from seeing if it's going to work for me. So I'm really sorry if you're someone who's had a bad time with these medications, and I hope that you did find something that worked for you. But if you do have any other types of experiences that you want to share regarding taking anti-anxiety meds at all, antidepressants, anything like that to help treat your mental health, please feel free to share that in the comments. I would love to hear anything and everything you guys have to share, as long as it's not too scary. And if you maybe want to PM me with some important information you think I should know, you're more than welcome to do that. I'm just asking that no one share too much scary stuff with me right now, because I'm really sensitive about taking this stuff, and I also know that I'm quite positive it's the right thing to do right now. So if you could just possibly encourage me to do it rather than to not do it, that would be helpful. And I'll keep you guys posted. You know, if the side effects get bad and I decide not to take it, I'll definitely let you know, and then maybe this can be a bit of a lesson about this particular medication and my body anyways, because some people agree and some people don't. I don't know, but yeah, this is where I am. I'm terrified, but taking a big leap, and hopefully it'll go well. I'm going to post another video soon sharing about a bunch of other changes that are going to be going on in the channel, and you know, stuff in life. So do check back on Sunday. But in the meantime, wish me luck. And if you have anything at all related to this that you'd like to share in the comments, please do feel free to share. Just don't scare me too much. Otherwise, I hope you have a lovely day. And as always, do join me again next time, rather this Sunday or sometime soon, where I try again to share a little something I've learned in life.